Actually, we're just recording. We're not going to do a countdown to record.
All right.
After the music. There's no words to that music, by the way.
There's no words to that music?
No, I tried to sing it twice now.
What were you trying to say?
I was trying to pick it like, and it's just heavy.
Is this heavy? We can make words for the music.
No.
We could put the La Bamba song on.
We can put La Bamba. We still can talk about why that's my favorite.
Let's put La Bamba on because they'll shut us down because it's trademark.
Copyright.
So let's do that. Let's just put it on and say goodbye. Thank you, everyone.
And then La Bamba.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds good. Have you hit record yet?
It's been recording for a couple minutes now.
Oh, well, welcome to the Magic Through Wrestling podcast. It is episode
16.
16. I don't know.
You know how you know? You know how you know? You listen to episode 15 where it says when you go on the app, episode 15.
Wait, isn't this 2.5 or something like that?
2.6.
Yeah, this is actually 2B.
2B was, it is going to be a fun night tonight. Boy, we got some good stuff. We got some stories to talk about. We got a magic trick we're going to break apart. We got a wrestling match. We're going to break Maury apart. I mean, no, we're not breaking Maury apart.
You can't break. Maury's still excited about last week's
I'm still so excited. Thank you.
He's still dreaming of Kevin Owens is what's happening.
I am. I was going to go stalk Disney Springs where he's always out with his kid and see if I can find him. I know. That's really bad.
There goes another one of my people.
Maury, does the phrase felony mean
and
anything
then
to you?
People say, Bill, why does this happen? Because this is what happens. You can't say that.
I'm sorry.
You know what, though? I guess...
And you know it bothers me because my voice goes so high.
I know. Because he would do it, too. That's what's scary.
I was so happy I want to stalk his whole family.
I love Disney. Who can't be at Disney at the same time as Kevin Owens?
And you got the annual pass, right?
I do, so.
Tonight? That's great.
Disney, if you are listening, you need to revoke Maury's pass.
No.
Crystal can stay, but Maury's has to go.
Jeez, there'd be the guy holding Pumbaa that doesn't make the noise.
Oh, man.
Bill, thanks for coming back. We know you.
This is the last week. See? Don't even try it. You're sneaking it in. This is the last week.
This show should just be called Bill's Permanent 2-Week Notice.
This is it. This is leap year. This is it.
Oh, man. So, Maury, how was your week?
The week was good. I've been sleeping and drooling with the NXT title that you guys got me pretty much every night.
So where's Crystal been? She's been on the couch?
No. That's too much.
We have a guest room.
That's where you've been sleeping with the title.
That's where I've been.
That's where you were sleeping even before you had the title.
Now I have some company with me.
Yeah. Even the cats.
No, so you drooling over the title. What else going on? Everything else?
That's about it. How was your week, Jimmy?
It was good. So actually, I want to go last because I'm going to talk about my week and then I want to segue into Bill.
That's not really last. That's like you're going right now.
But I'm going to toss to you, Bill. How was your week?
He's leaving you out again.
No, I'm going to toss it.
So I want to go last. Oh, Bill's here. Okay, Bill, how was your week? This goes back to the other thing. Like, I want to do something important, but let's talk about Bill's matches. That's what you said last week. I'm in the same room. Yeah, my week was great. Moving on.
Okay.
Wow.
So, my week was chaotic because I was training.
Really? I'm not even going to get a chance?
You said moving on.
I know, but this wasn't even a fight. You're just like, okay, cool.
All right, Bill, I'm interested. What happened this week?
Keep your interest. Here it goes.
I'm going to circle back around here.
I'm out. No, I'm out.
So we got another week with you as a contract. Okay, so I trained all last week, right, on day shift. Trained on day shift. Went to Midnight's Friday, and I have not worked Midnights in 4 years. So now Thursday night, I try to stay up all night long, right? So I could sleep all Friday and be up all Friday night. Thursday night, out till 10:30, snoring.
Oh, no.
Oh, yep. Oh, absolutely. Woke up Friday morning, I'm like, you son of a... I was up, couldn't sleep, so then I worked all Friday night, slept Saturday. Worked Saturday night, slept Sunday. Worked all Sunday night, came home this morning, got a 3-hour nap, drove to Osceola County to teach.
Wow.
Then came right here. So I am exhausted, mentally, physically exhausted, but there's nowhere else I'd rather be but with you two right here. But
your grandfather lived in a country where they had no heat, they had no running water, They had no shoes for their feet, and they were happy to eat a piece of day-old bread. And he worked 48 hours a day. You sit here
with no shoes,
uphill in the snow both ways, and you're sitting here and going, and then I slept, and then I worked, and then I slept, and then I worked, and then I taught. All these things you're getting paid for. 3 generations ago, your poor grandfather was lucky to suck on an olive 3 days in a row to get the oil. And you're complaining about 6 hours of sleep.
Oh, that's amazing.
Here's what I want to know, Bill. Why is your pinky up as you're talking? I feel like you're about
I
to
had
have a spot of tea.
I had espresso before. I know it's
a
gone.
spot of tea.
Because as I start to get fiduviated, my fingers start to
That's
move around.
That's when you know he's serious, when the pinky is out.
When you start pointing and the one finger stays on.
That's good. So, Bill, talk.
Nothing about the grandfather, nothing? This is going to be one of them shows.
I love the grandfather bit.
I said, hello, it's Bill. Hello? Where's your wife? Is your wife home? Where's the cat? Somebody acknowledge.
No, that's why I had to get the water this week.
I come here to get acknowledgement now.
Oh, this is great. This is
okay.
All right.
Let's talk about whatever.
So
wait, let's talk about Bill's week.
So well, yeah, but so Bill.
Would you believe that starting last Friday, I went to bed Friday night, got up Saturday, went to bed Saturday night, got up Sunday, went to bed Sunday night, woke up this morning, and when I'm done here, I'm going to bed.
That sounds kind of like Frank's week, but different.
I'm out.
You see what you do? You upset the man.
I came in here in full regalia tonight, ready to have these stories and these segments, and now
he was in such a happy mood.
He was in a happy mood because we actually told him what we were going to do this
now
episode.
I'm just so fiduviated and
Fiduviated. Where's that in the dictionary?
My father said that. Don't get me fiduviated.
Fiduviated.
And I think you didn't know whether to question or not, so it became a word.
You know, like lavinous. Very lavinous. It's a magical word.
You can't say that.
Yes, it can say that.
That's a part of a girl's anatomy. It's right
Is
below
it?
Yeah, it's right below her earlobes. You ever heard a guy say you look very lavinous tonight?
No,
Really?
I've never heard that.
You gotta start dating more.
I'm married.
Oh yeah.
My life's over. I don't have to do it
You
anymore.
can't ask your wife what a lavinous is because then she goes, really?
Who you dating?
Yeah, how long's it been together?
Yeah.
Oh, Bill.
Rectum, I never touched them.
Hashtag fiduviated.
Fiduviated.
It's a good word.
That is oh man, my face hurts. We've been recording for 8
Is this?
minutes.
Are we gonna? Is this the show?
Yeah, this is it. This is what we're
Bill,
doing.
does your wife hate us because you go home more in an
No, you
upset
guys
mood?
are my release from the other stuff during the week. But I'm not even here. You go, I'm gonna start. Jimmy goes, I'm gonna finish, but let me tell you the story. He goes, oh, Bill's here. Bill's going.
Bill, how's your day? Great. Moving on.
Yeah. Hey, Bill, how's it going? I'm like the stuttering Bob now. Or whatever the schmuck was from Howard Stern.
He was in 101.
Oh man. So, Bill, the whole point was to circle around. When you were out, I'm sure there were times where you got 30, 40 minutes of sleep and had to go to an airport or travel or whatnot.
Yeah.
How did you stay awake? What did you do? Give me the insight.
Oh my!
Let me get into your mind.
Get it? You
Dissect Bill DeMott's mind.
You submit to the fact. Like after a while, you became such a pro at being able to lay down or get to your room and shower and take enough time to pack your bag and get to the airport early and do all that stuff anyway. But it just became the thing to do. The terrible thing for that, what really happened, to be honest, you narrow that down so you survive it, and how to get home and get to the next gig and get to the next town and all these things. And by the time you come home, all you do is sleep. So while everybody's waiting for you to come home, you've been gone for X amount of days.
Right.
Who shivs it get? You're sleeping.
Right.
You're sleeping in the living room floor. Then you're sleeping in the pool. You're sleeping outside. You're falling asleep on the lawnmower. You're falling asleep everywhere. Just so you can go do it again.
Wow.
But it was ephedrine and Mountain Dew.
Mm-hmm.
When ephedrine was, you remember the big truck drivers, you could buy it anywhere.
Yeah.
So everything was ephedrine. And you'd take the ephedrine and you'd stay up and you'd drive to the next town. You get to the next town, you do all,
Did you ever have one of the, I'm sure it's happened a lot, where, you show up to the show and you're just like, there's no way, I got nothing to give tonight because I'm so tired.
Oh, yeah.
That had to have been, especially if you're going up against somebody who's hard hitting.
You're putting your boots on. It's day 18. You're like, in your mind, like, this could go all about 2 minutes for all I care. Or you're trying to convince the other guy, like, hey, brother, your offense has been really strong. I want you to have the first 90% of this match. And I try to convince everybody, like,
you got
so
it.
believable. I'm going to bump all over for you. I take the first bump and then lay there. So it's, but it's the same day as
Yeah.
You'll be as tired as you want, but it's time to go to work.
Time to go to work.
You're wrong.
Yep.
And then you complain about it later. But I've never been that tired to where you go, okay, I can't answer the bell.
Yeah.
I mean, I've done it with food poisoning. All the scenarios you could actually think of. I got food poisoning one time at the Houston Astrodome.
And you wrestled?
And because we ate on the way driving through, we ate at a Waffle House, and I got the chicken.
That's where the story should end, right there.
Because everybody's like, oh, eat the chicken, eat the chicken, eat the chicken. So 4 of us ate the chicken. 4 of us ate the chicken. 1 of us got the trots.
No way.
I mean, I was bent over. They were like, Scott Norton, who's like one of the biggest men in the world, just pushed me underneath the table on the floor to keep me out of the way so I could just suffer. Because that was the kindest thing anybody could have done. Sullivan said, get your ass up. And they're telling me, hey, bro, he can't move. He's been down for like 10 hours. Well, I got dressed in pain. Tears, doubled over, can't move. I was puking, everything, the whole thing. Got dressed. They took me in a golf cart from the changing room down to the entrance of the Houston Astrodome to wrestle Sting.
Wow.
I wrestled Sting, collapsed, golf carted me back, and then had someone get me to the plane and go home. And they actually, I had 4 days of quarantine because they had to run all kinds of tests on me and stuff.
Wow.
But you just, it's go time.
Yeah.
No matter what happens after or before, it's go time.
Did Sting know you were sick when you were
No.
No, you just did it.
No.
What he's asking you is, did you have an accident in your pants?
Never here in Mexico.
Really?
Montezuma's Revenge is for reals. Wow. Yeah. I had a room with 2 beds in it.
Wow.
Yeah. One to act like I was going to sleep, and my insides would explode, and then a dry bed.
Wow.
That's terrible.
I'd lose somewhere between 20 and 30 pounds every trip in Mexico. I gained it back in Japan.
Wow.
And it was the worst cycle ever.
Right. How about what's the word I'm looking for? Because I don't fly. With the
turbulence?
No, when you're
jet lag.
You're trying jet lag, right? So going from Mexico to Japan, did I ever screw you?
No, I think if you get used to it, because you never had enough days to be down for it to get to you.
Right.
Like usually, like when you travel and you come home from like California or something, you go, man, you feel a little bit, the time change and whatever. But usually when you got on a plane, you were going.
Right.
But at the end of it, you'd be like, geez, Lou.
Man.
Yeah, I can't imagine that. Like I'm looking at, you look at what it was, a Super Showdown Part 27 or whatever it is next week.
Going to Saudi?
For one show. For one show.
Yeah, for one show. Yeah, one show they're going over there, right? And it airs here at what, like 2 o'clock in the afternoon?
Yeah, something like that. So I can see it.
9 o'clock at night over there, and I'm like, wow, I couldn't.
And then the flight's what, 17 hours or something?
When they were booking us, when they started booking shows, it wasn't so much WCW because we'd go. I think it happened a couple of times, but when I finally came to WWF, you get your itinerary and you go to London for the pay-per-view, you got to fly back for Raw. What? And then after that, then you're flying to Hawaii for one shot and you got to be back because you got, what?
I bet people weren't too thrilled about that.
And it's the ones where you go down to Australia, land in Australia, do the show, get back on a flight to come home. Wow. Now, the people that were miserable were the ones that forgot what we did for a living.
Right.
Yeah.
Because, don't get me wrong, after about 10 times it gets a little old.
Right.
But every time it's cool and crap because it was like the Partridge Family.
Yeah.
It was like a gig every night,
Yeah.
So
now, did you ever get to go explore some of these locations that you went? You just literally went to the hotel, went to the venue, that was it.
Yeah, a lot of when we went to Germany, I was always out. I was always looking at things at the cathedrals and all the
Right.
Amsterdam. You always went out. So I did all my exploring when I was wrestling. So now that I'm done and we go out, the family goes somewhere and she goes, well, let's go out. I've seen it.
Yeah.
I don't go out anymore. I don't do that stuff. So but I've seen things, that you'd never.
Yeah.
You see it in a magazine, you go, well, that's about the coolest crap ever.
Wow.
And then you see, it's like, we landed in South Africa, I'll never forget it. And we drove through all it was cardboard houses.
Wow.
Miles and miles of just poor, driving through this bus and looking around and the young guys going, I'm so happy, to be an American. And
Right.
like literally that's the conversation on the bus and all of a sudden you go over the hill, come up over the hill, and it's like the Wizard of Oz. Then there's the big city.
Wow.
And it was like, you get a feel for what it's like outside of, so for all the things that we complain about and all the things, I've seen the absolute worst of it. I've seen the absolute best of it.
Did you ever do Tribute to the Troops?
I never did. I take that back. I produced a couple, but I was never involved in the. So yes, I've done Tribute to the Troops, and it's been doing those things has been spectacular.
How cool was that?
I never got the overseas ones.
Oh,
That's the ones I never did.
Oh,
I always did the ones here based out of home.
Right. How cool was that? How cool was it when
I mean, everybody knew why they were there.
Yeah.
So it was, still biggest wrestling company in the world doing it, and then you had all these rock stars and comedians and people who's who in entertainment and all over the place.
Never any magicians.
Politicians and all these people walking through, but everybody knew why they were there. And it was just the most laid back, this is so cool we're there, and everybody pictures with everybody, and everybody's just, and it was time to work, and everybody just rocked it out.
That's awesome.
It was smooth. And the machine, the WWE machine is smooth. All chaos aside, it's controlled chaos.
Unless you get stuck in Saudi Arabia,
Unless you get, and that's only by the people that were stuck. Everybody else had a good time.
Yeah, I'm curious to see what's going to happen, and a lot of people aren't going to go. But the card actually looks pretty decent.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll tell you, I just read a report. I read the dirt sheets. What can I say? I read the dirt sheets, and I just read that the WrestleMania card here in a couple weeks because we are right around the corner from WrestleMania. And
Bill's excited face kicked in.
Right, it did. Bill is not going to be in Tampa.
I am not.
So right around the corner from WrestleMania, and I just read that a couple of the big marquee matches that were kind of penciled in, or what we thought were penciled in the last couple of months, are no longer on the table. A lot of jumbling.
Yeah, Reigns might be taken out of the title picture.
Yeah, I don't know, right? Who's going to step up? You got The Fiend against Goldberg in Saudi Arabia, right? And one of the reports said, is The Fiend against Roman Reigns a marquee match? And Bill, we talked about this kind of last week. It's WrestleMania. It's that marquee headline match. Can you sell out WrestleMania with The Fiend and Roman Reigns? And thinking about it, right? Some people, I don't know. Now, Goldberg Roman Reigns, although part-timer, hasn't been around, wrestled, Dolph Ziggler at SummerSlam, and then, The Undertaker. Do you see Goldberg Roman Reigns as a marquee match? And I can see it as a marquee match back in Goldberg's, I think, time. But is The Fiend ready to headline WrestleMania? I think that he's lost a little steam the last couple of months. I think he came out hot, pushing him. Everything was great. The fans were behind him. I think he's still an attraction. But I almost feel like he's turning into a Brock Lesnar, right? It's a special occasion, although more than Lesnar, for him to put the title on the line. So I don't know where they're going to go with that, right?
Matches aren't selling WrestleMania.
No.
Matches haven't sold WrestleMania in years.
WrestleMania is selling WrestleMania.
Yeah, Listen, Derek Jeter could be wrestling Pete Rose at WrestleMania. It's gonna sell out. It's gonna sell out.
Well, it's WrestleMania, so it's gonna.
So why are we worried about what match is gonna be the marquee match? There's no such thing as a marquee match. There's just marquee players. As long as you have your players on the show in some way, shape, or form, everybody's gonna be happy because I got news for you. And I say this to you both. If the matches you want aren't on WrestleMania and they gave you front row tickets to Raw, you'd go, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
So you wouldn't be upset if it wasn't Reigns, and you'd have an opinion.
Sure.
But you have to, and as much as you'd like it to be that way, matches don't sell the card anymore. Matches don't sell the Amway. Matches don't sell the pay-per-view.
What about for at home though? Like
matches don't sell at home because everybody's made their decision already. I'm gonna watch it, or I'm not gonna watch it.
So you said something very interesting. Your marquee players are WrestleMania, but you don't have. At least here we are. I don't feel like the marquee players aren't on the card yet.
How do you know?
Correct. You don't know, but
you know how you're gonna know.
Give them a spot.
You're gonna watch WrestleMania. That's how you're gonna know, and then that's what's gonna suck you into Monday, and that's what's gonna suck you into Friday.
Okay, so here's something interesting, right? And let me get your opinion on this, because Morgan and I were talking about it. WrestleMania week. Okay, you just said something. It's gonna suck you into Monday. It's gonna suck you into Friday.
Right.
Okay. This is the first time that there's not going to be a SmackDown per se after WrestleMania as part of WrestleMania week, right?
Right.
Years past, right?
Right.
It's always.
Thank goodness.
Well, wait, why? Tell me.
3 solid days like that's too much.
No, okay, I get it, right? I do.
And that's the other way I say thank goodness.
No, I get that, right?
Because the night before you have
the Hall of Fame, NXT,
so you're getting it on the front end now.
Excellent.
You're not getting it on the back end.
Right, so years past it's been Friday's been NXT, right, or Hall of Fame Saturday, vice versa.
Friday's
Sunday's
Hall of Fame,
11-hour marathon of WrestleMania. Monday and Tuesday are Raw and SmackDown, but I think everybody, the fans, we know that going into the Raw after WrestleMania, this is the Raw after WrestleMania.
Yeah,
this
like
is
the
biggest
restart.
Raw of the
And
year.
guess what that Raw is to everyone who pays attention?
A restart?
No.
What is it?
Because you guys are thinking wrestling. You're thinking a restart. That Raw, go back and pull up anything you want to pull up on this giant screen and go back to any Raw after WrestleMania. And that's where the fans get to do whatever the hell they want.
Yes.
You're a babyface, not if they don't want you because they're going to boo you. The fans come alive because they paid for the biggest week of wrestling history every year. And so it's not a restart. There's an opportunity for some guys to get reintroduced, but it's not a restart per se. The people that are going on Monday are people are going because they got the package, they bought the thing,
So here's the follow-up to this, right? Now that SmackDown's on Friday,
right,
and it's not going to be in Tampa that Friday,
right.
Do you think that is going to? I don't want to say the word hurt SmackDown because that's not right. We know we can't do that. But do you think that's going to take away from that experience?
No.
Or is WWE, are they going to do something the Friday before WrestleMania?
What's SmackDown? Who's SmackDown's biggest stars?
You got The Fiend. You got Roman Reigns.
Okay.
Right. I mean, these are
all on Mania.
Daniel Bryan.
Okay. All on Mania.
Right. But not advertised yet. Not pushed yet. Nothing's been
because they keep switching the card around.
Yeah. So the Raw side has been.
So it's not the card, is it? If they keep switching around, wouldn't they? Oh, we're going to stop switching. We're going to lose viewers. We're going to lose attendance. Is going to go down. Huh. We just had to open up 10,000 more seats.
That was a good impression.
Get Pat Patterson on the show. It's just not. It's not that way anymore.
Build them out in the Battle Royal.
It's not. No, give it Battle Royal. Attendance shoots way up. Clear 5,000 more seats. The laughing man's back. I get it.
Yeah, listen, I would love to see.
But that's my take on it. Like, I think people are going to go, okay, they've had their fill. They're going to have the marquee matches are, and I think that was, to me, that's the part of when Taker lost.
Right.
That was kind of the end of the marquee matches. That was kind of the end of that stuff. And no disrespect to anybody. Sure. Everybody's going out there going to work their butt off. Yeah. They're going to give 110%. The matches are out there are going to be barn-burning, remembering matches. WrestleMania is going to be a hot commodity for the next 10 years. This next one is like every other one is going to go down in history. But they're not. Listen, they're talking about doing in Detroit again, where they did 93,000 people, the biggest crowd ever. They're going to try to do that again. Do you think they're worried about what match they're putting on? Or are they going to make sure all the players in the game are there and ready to go?
Right, all the players in the game. So, Bill, my question then, or my follow-up question to you would be, here at WrestleMania, last year when we went in Orlando, it was almost, 11 hours or 10 hours. It was something, insane.
We got there around 12, because that's whenever they had stuff outside and there'd be stuff going on. So we got there around 12, and I think it ended after midnight for sure.
So there was talk at one point in time about almost splitting WrestleMania because there's so many matches on it, right? 14 or 15 matches or whatnot. What's your thoughts on splitting Mania? Do you think you keep it at one marathon event? Or
I don't think you can split it because you're taking.
Do you limit it, right?
Half of Mania, and I could be wrong. I'm trying to remember the statistics. Half that crowd is international.
Oh yeah,
right,
true.
Right.
So now they've got to take more time and invest more, and that's why I say they're getting it on the front end instead of the back end with SmackDown, so you're not hurting anything. But if you split that, what do you split it to? Sunday, Monday?
Saturday, Sundays.
Ooh.
But you can't do it because TakeOver, which I think.
So hear me out. You ready? You do NXT or you do Hall of Fame on Thursday or Friday, whatever, right? Friday. Then you do the Hall of Fame Saturday.
Can't do the Hall of Fame. Yeah.
Thursday, Friday, then maybe a Saturday, Sunday, and then Monday, Tuesday, Raw, SmackDown.
Good luck. Trying to convince those marquee players to do that schedule.
Oh, no, I'm sure it would be terrible.
Good luck.
Again, I'm.
But as you know, then the media and all the other things that come into play.
Right.
So I have one match that I'm performing in, but I have 22 obligations that weekend. I have to be in. Let's say it's in Tampa. I have to be in St. Pete for this. I have to be in Orlando for this. I have to be in Jacksonville for this. They're going to get me in a car or a helicopter and fly me to this one for this, and media day for this, and back to this for this.
So, I remember WrestleMania. It was 2-3 hours, right? And it was still a marquee event. It was still a marquee event. Now we're at 6-7 hours.
Come on, dude. There's nothing in the. I walked out on Bruce Springsteen at hour 4 in New Jersey at the Meadowlands. Now I sat the other 2 hours out in the parking lot and listened to the rest of it,
right.
But I couldn't be in the same spot anymore.
Right.
I'm in the same spot for 4 hours.
How do you change? Do you change it, or do you think it would be better, right? And more chime in here. Do you think it would be better, like WrestleMania, was less if it was let's say 4 hours, right? Hour pre-show, 3 hour card, or I would even say give it an hour pre-show, 4 hour card, right? That's your WrestleMania, and you limit the amount of matches there, but with 3 brands, Raw, SmackDown, NXT, and you have X amount of titles, right? The North American Championship, the Tag Team Championship, you have 1, 2, 3, 12 titles. If you were to have every title on the card, I mean, that's still a huge card. But I think for me, WrestleMania is, it's the grandest stage of them all. I want to see every championship should be defended at WrestleMania.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
My opinion, I think
every championship
should be defended at WrestleMania.
NXT too?
I don't know because this is the first.
But then you got a lot of tag team titles there. So maybe not all the tag, but then.
Well, but look, you are a champion.
Because you got women's tags.
You are a champion. And
so you got women's tags,
right? You got
men's tags. So that's 4 matches.
No, that's because you got
4. Yeah, you're right. 4.
NXT plus.
No, not NXT. I'm not counting NXT.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so then you got 3. So you get 2 men, 1 woman. So that's 3, right?
Intercontinental.
So
US.
5.
Heavyweight, whatever they're calling
WWE.
6, 7. Okay, then you got 2 women's.
Good.
Right. So a 7, 8,
the
9.
Championship.
Right, and then if you were to let's say there's 9 matches just there.
Okay, but now where's the entertainment?
Your titles are on the line.
Where's the entertainment?
You build.
This is a sports entertainment business.
Right. So you build.
Where's the Liberace? Where's the Shaquille O'Neal? Where's the middle stuff? Where's the stuff that?
Right.
Where's the other thing that's looping the entertainment in?
Yeah. Okay.
I personally would love to see it go down to like, okay, so you got Raw that's 3 hours. Let's make WrestleMania really special. Let's make it 4 hours total, including a pre-show. Because I think you could do so much less with more. And like you always say, but like if you don't make it, then like you do your best to make it next year. Like make that name for yourself. Well, like he always says, like Goldberg's back because guys aren't. Not to paraphrase for you, but
no, there's a reason why he's back because someone's not stepping up. They need that draw. They need that that marquee.
And
they need that marquee.
And that goes back to my original point is with the changes coming or with the rumored changes are coming. Do you think the Fiend has lost steam? Do you think the Fiend Roman Reigns is a WrestleMania quality match, or do you think Goldberg Roman Reigns or
why is the Fiend lost steam? Why are we saying
this? Is my opinion. I don't want to get you slack for it, but my opinion. I feel like the Fiend has lost steam. I feel like he came out really strong at SummerSlam, and I feel like he's turning into a Brock Lesnar
every week performer.
But he's not. We're not seeing matches every week. He's doing spots, and I get that. I'm not taking away from him. But if you listen to the crowd.
It's kind of a lot of the same stuff.
Yes.
If they expanded into his world more, I think that would be really cool.
I look at this. The last episode, when Goldberg came on, challenged, that crowd popped for Goldberg challenging the Fiend. When he speared the Fiend, the crowd popped for him spearing the Fiend. 3 months ago, that would have never happened. They would have booed him out of the building because he was going up against the Fiend. Now they're popping for... the other guy, insert name here, right? Because I think the Fiend is losing that steam.
Who are they going to cheer for, Drew or Brock?
Drew.
Really?
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Who are you going to cheer for, Daniel Bryan or Goldberg?
Daniel Bryan, but I think
why?
Goldberg
If they're going to cheer for Goldberg over the Fiend. Who are you going to cheer, the Fiend or Seth Rollins?
The Fiend.
Well, wait a minute. You guys are contradicting each other. You guys are living on babyface heel mentality here.
But I feel like
then you're not because you just answered two different.
I think it's
wrestling.
I love this. I love getting
back to the term marquee matches. I will say, full disclosure, I don't believe there needs to be any anymore.
Right.
They're selling the product. They're selling you the superstars. You want to hear the names. You're talking about it, so you're gonna buy into it. The dirt sheets have got it down. Listen, there's a certain amount of in the NFL, the NBA, Major League Baseball, everywhere you go, golf, Olympic volleyball, and WWE. Let's add a certain bit of information to the dirt sheets to keep that relationship going, so everyone plays on a fair play, and you don't abuse me when someone does something stupid.
Mm-hmm.
And they leak it out and they tell the stories. These stories are the marquee matches. What do you mean Reigns is going to be there? I'm not watching. Reigns is going to be there, Hook.
Yeah.
This was going to be there, Hook.
Well, the other one that we heard, it was penciled in, John Cena and Elias. Now that's off the table. Nobody knows, which I didn't buy John Cena and Elias to begin with.
I think, who knows, maybe they leaked it out to see what the fans would think, and a lot of people crapped on it. Like, that was really...
I think, going back to I think they saw the pop that Goldberg got against the Fiend, and they said, oh, we got a problem here.
But you understand this Goldberg-Fiend thing doesn't affect anything that happens in WWE? It's for a show halfway around the world.
Yeah, I know.
But maybe they want to bring it to Mania now.
Yeah.
No.
I'm just speculating. I don't know.
All right, let's move on because we spent a lot of time on this topic. It's great, though. This is why you should listen to Magic Wrestling Podcast, or this is why you listen to
I sat in a lawn chair in my birthday suit with a glass of lemonade, staring at my gardening tools, staring at the gardening tools. All of a sudden, you hear the lady's voice. Sir, we're closing. Moving on.
That was the greatest segue ever.
Great. So
Bill DeMott will be here for the rest of this show, and then I could.
So this is WrestleMania 32. So this is a segment that
No, we're really going to talk more wrestling.
we're really going to talk more wrestling. Omori has this front-loaded on wrestling. Okay, so WrestleMania 32, let's set this up. This is the Intercontinental title ladder match. We're going to go through the last few minutes of the ladder match, and we want to break down kind of what you think, number one, is going through, the performer's mind, or, the performer's mind, producer's mind, whatnot. What's going through the minds of people watching this match?
So it's WrestleMania 32, the first
32.
match,
Right. Okay.
the ladder match.
Ladder match, Intercontinental title on the line. If you want to watch at home, we are queued up on the network. We are 23 minutes and 51 seconds into the match. I'm looking at Kevin Owens holding on to Dolph Ziggler.
I love Kevin Owens.
But you do. He loves you, in fact. And Maury had mentioned that he wants to commit felonies with Kevin Owens earlier while we were not recording.
Not if it's consensual. I don't know.
It
gets worse.
The more you look at it, Billy, the worse it gets. Here we go.
I love that powerbomb he does.
Why is there no volume?
Do you want volume?
You have to remember here, the biggest thing to remember is you're 24 minutes in.
To Mania, right.
There goes Stardust. Sin Cara, I liked him.
The thing that people don't, I say most, and if you're a fan, it's hard. You don't think about, wow, what's on the line here? I would suggest to everyone who ever watches these matches,
Right.
to just take a 20-foot ladder, set it up in your backyard, and climb to the top of it by yourself. Now, think about the 13 spots you got with 6 other guys. So the big thing is this right here. What goes on in your mind is, what am I thinking? And then, I've never met a guy yet who hasn't thought, please God, let me protect everybody else. Because this is not normal. And I'm not one of those guys. I've been in this kind of match, but I've been there and come out of knee surgery next day because of it. But these guys put it on the line.
Right.
And I defy anyone to look at that ladder kick out from under him.
Have you ever had that happen?
Yes.
That's always been my biggest fear.
There's nothing, everybody's like, oh, they practiced this for months, they went through it. Come on, man, look at these guys.
Okay, so here we got Kevin Owens on top of the ladder. He got the hand on the belt. Here comes Sami Zayn. He's climbing up. We're exchanging blows.
But what's your thoughts on the ladder match concept? Do you think it's a good match?
I think it's overdone now.
Yeah.
I think people are immune to it, and it really taxes the guy's creativity now. And first of all, there's no more shock and awe for me.
Right.
Nothing that you can do anymore has never been seen again. Going back to, fast forward real quick to Cody and that Uber Dauber the other night on AEW.
Yeah.
But see, I'm always a big fan of it. If I'm going for the belt, I'm going for the belt. I'm not trading punches with you.
Yeah.
And that's the mentality you have to have. And this is why Owens, I feel, is a really believable character, because it's believable what he's doing. But here we go. There's the ladder. It hasn't been used. We know it's there. What can I do? How can I do something with it? And for the love of God, please let him be okay.
Yeah.
Right.
In the back, people are cringing, but I feel like the guys in this match have all built a trust with the office.
Yeah.
They trust them in what they're doing. And if they stay with it, and I say if they do, because some guys go rogue and try stupid stuff, and if they stay with it, comes out right, you better believe the company, I don't care what you read, the company's appreciative as talent.
Do you think they had to go through the entire match, but with producer? You don't think they let them take a whole lot of liberties here, do you?
No, I don't believe there's a lot of liberties. I believe there's a lot of walk me through what you're thinking. Not so much physically walk me through it, but walk me through what you're thinking. If it's something out of the ordinary, then you got to take me and show. As a producer myself, all of my talent had to show me. If I didn't see it, I want to see it.
Would they have to do it live?
Yeah, I wanted to see it.
You jump off the ladder and
I want to see it.
So here we go. Zack Ryder's climbing the ladder. He's got his hand on the belt, and Zack Ryder just won the Intercontinental title at WrestleMania.
Look at the people. Look at the people. Look at the people that were in the match. Now, the other part of this is what's been the build-up with Zack Ryder going into WrestleMania. Otherwise, you're just thinking, that's Zack Ryder. He's at least earned his spot in the match with these other guys. Dolph, Miz, Owens, Zayn, Sin Cara, whoever else I missed. And people. And there's his dad, right? So
that's a good WrestleMania moment.
While it could be goofy to a lot of people, there's a lot of people who eat that up.
Yeah.
Because say what you want about, and you and I were talking about it earlier, say what you want about Zack Ryder. There's not a bigger wrestling fan or bigger wrestling historian. He loves the business. He believes in what he does. He puts his heart and soul into it. He reinvented himself after the Edgeheads. And so WrestleMania is about shock and awe.
Yeah.
So you do all this great stuff, and wait a minute, after that. So even after that thing, you had the haters.
Yep, that's true.
You had haters. Instead of appreciating that moment.
Yeah, and I thought it was cool with his dad in there.
And Owens has yet to move.
Wow. I didn't even notice that, but you're right. Yep.
That's always been the thing for me is Owens has yet to move. The believability factor. Who was it? Dolph who got back? Or Cody?
Yeah.
Cody was still on the floor. That believability is what sells me.
Yeah.
But I look at things differently. But
that's amazing.
That's a great. But that's a kid who's worked his whole life to do that. So to get that thing, no matter what else happens, he did it.
He came through. He started in the Performance Center.
He started with Mikey Whipwreck, I think, back home. He's a New York kid.
Oh yeah.
And then he got noticed, and then he came to me in Deep South. Him and Brian, and then he became the Majors brothers there. We put them together, and they tagged, and groomed them from there. And then they went up as the Edgeheads.
Nice. And then did he have to go back down with you?
No.
No? Oh, okay.
He never back down again.
I like Zack Ryder. I
big fan.
Yeah. He could work. He was always. It's funny because a lot of people. It's like any other job. If you're not thinking the same way other people are thinking, you're an idiot, or you're a goof.
Yeah. He
just wore his. Unfortunately, when you're in a room full of men, sometimes just try not to be too. Especially in that business where men are men,
Yeah.
and you got big guys in there who can do things, and guys that are, and it's old school mentality, so people can listen to this and go, oh, he's talking about. I'm not talking about bullying. I'm talking about you don't know the background of everybody there. Nobody knows my background, but I was easy to work with. I bump it, but you don't know what I'm capable of.
Mm.
You didn't know what guys are capable of. So when you had a bunch of men who knew each other and appreciated the manliness. And I say manliness of knowing the game, how to be stiff, how to be this, and get the things done, and still be able to work with people. And then you got someone coming in so happy to be in wrestling that it's a turnoff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So sometimes you have to turn it down a little bit. And it's something that, like guys like the Miz had to learn and things like that. And Miz is one of the top drawers in the company's history.
Yeah. And
Zack Ryder started the YouTube movement and all these things. Because he believed in what he was doing. So he made himself a champion.
Right.
So much so that WWE had to bring him back to something because YouTube, he had more hits on YouTube than anybody in the world.
Yeah.
So he gave YouTube to WWE.
Right.
But it's just that thing of finding your niche. But I mean, look at him. He's been an Intercontinental Champion, a tag team champion how many times?
Right.
He survived the game.
Got his own podcast.
Yeah, podcast. And he's cool too. I think it's cool because he crosses over into a world like, I know he's big into like action figures.
He's a geek.
And he's into that world.
He's relatable.
Yeah, and I don't mean geek as in like
it's not
a
negative
term.
term.
A geek.
Yeah. Term. It's like I look at him and
comic book, action figures, Star Wars. This one.
I think video games.
He's like any one of us. He's like me and you, right?
Yeah.
Only he gets paid to do what we love watching.
Exactly.
And that's cool.
Xavier Woods.
Yes.
Again,
Yeah.
up, down, down.
Yeah.
The guy's got a master's in psychology. He's a genius.
Oh wow, I didn't
But
know that.
those guys are into different things now.
Yeah.
I mean, back in the day, hey, Merle Haggard, that's what we were talking about. Now they're talking about all this. I got no idea what you're talking about.
Yeah, I think it's cool. Like I'm not a gamer. I'm not into that world, but it's kind of cool to see like people like that are, because then it opens up a world of potential interest, for other people.
So we're going to segue into another segment.
Uh-oh.
Oh, here it comes, Bill.
Is it wrestling?
Maury, I'm going to let talk about the segment.
Oh, God.
Because this is Maury's brainchild.
I had a great segment. I pitched a good segment.
You did. Do you want to say?
No, we'll talk about it at the end if I'm still here.
Okay. For next week, it's amazing.
How much time in the show we got? 45 minutes left?
No. We've been talking for 45 minutes.
Let's save this segment for next week as our wrestling segment.
Because I'm not going to be here next week.
Bill, you are the show.
I'll give you one more segment.
Wow. Thank you for gracing us with the one more segment. Okay. You ever play the game F, Marry, Kill?
See, we got to work on the delivery. I understand what you're saying, yes.
Okay. You played the game?
Yes, I understand what you're saying.
All right, we're not going to play that. This is going to be different.
So you didn't even need to say that.
But
I have a new game, Bill. Here's the new episode on the podcast. But now...
But it's not that at all.
Right.
Well, I was playing that game with somebody today, or the other day, and I thought, wow, we could bring it into the show. And I'm like, well, I don't think Bill's going to want to play that game.
No,
so.
I've heard of it.
So you've heard of it?
Is that the same thing? 5 Directions to Kevin Spacey or whatever it's called?
Seven layers separation of Kevin Bacon.
Kevin Bacon? Is this not the same thing?
No.
Okay.
I don't
good.
think so.
We should play that.
I don't know what it is, but I'll play it.
I love bacon.
Oh yeah, you got to tie two. You got to tie two people to Kevin Bacon.
How do you do that?
So like, let's say Whitney Houston to Kevin Bacon. 7. And you got to tie them together.
How
with
does
7
Whitney
layers.
Houston?
I don't know. I'm just picking a random name. Which I'm sure if you put in 7 layers of separation, Kevin Bacon, Whitney Houston, Kevin Bacon, you're gonna find.
They have like a tie-in.
I tell you what, they have no tie-in.
I don't think they
I'm
have a
gonna find
tie-in. Are you saying everybody has a tie-in to Kevin
Everybody
Bacon?
has a tie-in to Kevin Bacon.
Even like average people like me?
Probably.
Wow.
Because you go to Full Sail. If you look at movies that were produced at Full Sail, or somebody else went to Full Sail that
Oh.
produced a movie that Kevin Bacon was in.
So that's okay. Wow.
And still has nothing to do with Whitney Houston.
I still don't think Whitney Houston's a part of the Kevin Bacon conundrum.
I'm gonna look it up.
What was he was famous for Footloose, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
Did you?
here
I
we
never
go.
seen it. Did you?
Let me see. So, okay, easy. They're only 2 separated. You ready?
Yeah.
Whitney Houston and Kevin Costner appeared in The Bodyguard.
Right.
Kevin Costner and Kevin Bacon appeared in JFK.
See, I was while we were sitting there, I was trying to think who's in JFK with him.
Yep.
Son of a gun.
I was trying to think it was
there's-
Son of a gun.
So there's 2 layers
Wow.
to Kevin Bacon.
Wow. Was that the segment? Are we done?
No.
Damn it.
All right, so this one is like a little bit different. So, okay, so I'm going to give you 3 wrestlers. You got to pick someone you would have like a year-long segment with,
Okay.
leading to like WrestleMania.
A story, okay.
Yeah, but like a big one, a main event. Someone you would tag with, and then someone you would be managed by. Okay.
Well, there's no negatives there. How about someone I would kick out of the business?
Okay, you want to do that? Someone you kick out of the business. Okay, we'll do an negative.
Hey, the boss.
That's my
is
wife.
here.
Just in time for some water. I'm just kidding.
He it's unbelievable. He waited this whole time. 45 minutes in, and it's the first time he's mentioned water.
That's because my wife wasn't here today.
Working. Listen. Friday, she went to work. Came home and went to bed. And Saturday, she woke up. Saturday night, she went to bed. Sunday, she woke up. And then later, she went to bed. And today, she woke up. And tonight, she's going to bed.
Well, you just made a
Suck
spoiler
on that,
for
Olive.
Bill's all about the olives today.
Because his grandfather, may he rest in peace, is still over in the old country trying to put shingles on a roof for the past 50 years.
In the winter.
And because he missed 4 hours of sleep.
You see what you're doing to the man over here?
I'm offended. I don't even know what we're talking about yet.
So FMK.
Okay, someone you'd kick out of the business, someone you'd tag with, someone you'd have the big
A
story.
storyline.
Okay, so I was gonna do like.
Now you gonna reach deep for wrestlers, or you gonna give me?
Not this week.
No.
This is like the surfacey start.
Okay, I gotta bring a list of wrestlers. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was gonna give you some.
Okay, so which one's first?
All right, The Rock, John Cena, and Ric Flair.
The Rock, John Cena.
I was gonna pick Nails, but I
The
didn't.
Rock, John Cena, and Ric Flair.
Yeah. Program, tag, kick out.
That makes it that much more interesting. 'Cause you got to kick one of those guys out of the business,
I'd run a program with Cena.
and you'd headline Mania with him.
And I tag with Rock, and I kick out Flair.
Okay, interesting.
Why?
Yeah, you gotta
I've already worked with Flair.
Okay.
I've worked with John. I haven't worked with Dwayne. That's not true. I actually worked with Dwayne getting ready for WrestleMania. That's the only reason I got. If I had to kick one out, unfortunately, it would be
Flair, she worked
Flair.
with him.
because I've worked with him. I've been in the ring and around him a bunch.
Did you guys work well together? Did you like?
I thought so. He told me never chop him again.
Really?
Yeah, because I got blasted him. He gave it to me, and I turned around the corner and let him have it.
It's like time you. Was it Hall you chopped? Somebody didn't like it. Somebody didn't like working with you for some reason.
No, it wasn't me. It was Barbarian.
Oh yeah.
Who's the next group? That's it? We're done?
No, you better have someone. Yeah.
That's all I had for today.
Oh my God. Okay.
I didn't think we were gonna get to the
All
segment. I
so
think you were gonna
I'll
like it.
Okay, give me three.
I'm gonna give you three.
Again, you are hurting me.
Do Nails.
Okay. Let's go. DDP.
Ooh, okay.
Let's go with Jim the Anvil Neidhart,
Okay.
and let's go with.
Canyon.
Let's go with Rick Rude.
Program with Rude, tag with Neidhart, kick out DDP.
Okay, why?
I look like Neidhart, be a great tag, except his head is bigger.
Okay.
Rude just had that great, easy
Right.
thing, and I've worked enough with Dallas again.
Okay.
Like, of the three again,
Yeah,
the ones I worked with the least is the ones I want to work with the most.
Got it. All right. We'll do one more.
One more.
You
You
ready?
gotta give me better stuff, otherwise I can't even make it juicy. Right now, the only two reasons I picked those two guys is because I've worked with everybody else I didn't work with.
Okay. So let's go with.
I didn't think we were gonna do the segment. That's why I didn't
You're
really pick
unprepared.
anybody.
This is
Yeah,
ridiculous.
and it's his last night too, Frank.
Freaking.
People are gonna start believing that. Listening
You got
to this, so-
all this
here
wrestling
we go.
information on your belt, so you come up with that.
Here we go. Carlito,
Carlito,
Colt Cabana,
Colt Cabana,
Pentagon.
Pentagon. Storyline Carlito, tag with Pentagon, out goes Cabana.
Okay. Follow up. This is going to come as a shock as a follow up question. Why?
Cabana had never had anything nice to say about me,
Okay.
and he never met me.
So, but why? Can give you that one, but why program Carlito tag with
Who wouldn't want to tag with Pentagon?
Oh, yeah, it's true. Okay.
No. I mean, ask him. I'm just saying that's my
Well, that's
opinion.
it. You know, all the years in Mexico and working that style,
Right.
I always found it easier to tag with them than work against them. And then Carlitos, you know, I got to work with him and I know his family, and so I'd love to run a story with him. To me, that's easy character right there.
Is there anybody that is no longer in mainstream wrestling, whether it is NXT, AEW, WWE, whatever, right? MLW, any break, that you looked at or you look at, say this person had it and we missed it, or somebody missed it, like that untapped diamond in the rough that's just not there yet.
Everybody I thought of and everybody that we looked at over the years,
Right?
I think we missed opportunities to get them earlier when their bump cards weren't as full.
Got it.
You know what I mean? When they had less aging to them. But everybody I've seen and said we should have them, we've done it or had them. That's to me that's clear. I think we've reaped the farm of all the talent that's out there now, it's time to let them rebuild and leave everybody alone in the independents and let them rebuild.
Yeah, I think you have to let them rebuild.
But I think everybody who's ever been
right. Now, okay, so let's look at this. Let's change it up here a little. Let's say that you're still working for WWE, and you have to look at another organization, right? MLW, AEW, whomever, to bring somebody to the company. Who you bringing in?
anybody I want,
Anybody you want.
and they're going to be instantly pushed into.
Instantly pushed.
Like
the main roster debut. We're not going to.
I'm a big fan of. What's he going by now? And he actually hates me. He called everybody dummies when he was with Impact. He's not gone that far. He was with us. You dummies. He was their champion, good-looking kid. Oh my gosh, I can't believe
Eli Drake?
Eli Drake.
Yeah.
Who was with us. It just didn't work out at the time. 2 different directions, 2 different mindsets. I think he thought it was me. It wasn't me.
Right.
But it didn't work out. He's a guy that I think groomed himself really well to come back and now be a player. I'm a fan of Juice Robinson. I don't know how he'd fit in. I'd like to see him again.
He's great in New Japan.
Because he's so young still that I'm afraid he'd dip back into the kid zone instead of the man zone he's in. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
You know? But
you know who did pretty well after leaving WWE? Sammy Callahan.
Sammy does because
went from Solomon Crow.
But Sammy's a great creative guy. The thing that happened for Sammy, we won't go into it too in depth. The thing that was Sammy so creative, so he kept trying things and people told him no, that's not it. But nobody was telling him what was it. So he had coaches working with him. He's trying this stuff, and then he get to TV and they go, no, that's not it. But he kept trying to shoot the messenger.
Right.
You know, and so when the messenger says it's not it, we got to work on it. And I'm the first one to tell everybody, and I told him, if you are happier out there on the road and doing your thing, and you're making money and can survive and enjoy the business, do not come here.
Yeah. Don't
come here because things are going to change for you. And it's just the nature of the business. But he's a great talent. I think he doesn't give himself enough credit. He has a good mind for the business. I know he goes into extreme stuff a little bit.
Yeah.
I feel too much, but that's for him to deal with.
I actually worked a show with him way back in the day, and he was like chubby. He was like,
and
really
I don't think he wants to conform again.
No.
So it's not that he wouldn't be on my mind. I just don't think this would be a fit for him.
Yeah.
You know?
When did she get here?
My wife walked in like 5 minutes
She's
ago.
a lewd dude.
Whenever I asked her for water.
We even introduced her on the show.
Yeah. Frank or Bill said acknowledged her.
My name is Bill.
Bill's had a bad episode.
Well,
what the hell is going on here today?
On that note,
and it was like your episode. It was the wrestling episode.
On that note, we are pretty much out of time.
That's the way you're going to end this? He called me Hey, Pete had a good insight.
Of course I'm not going to
Hey, we have a new episode. So guess what his name is over there in the corner? Jesus Christmas.
Frank, you're ruining our whole week here.
No, listen, I'm about to give you a great outro. Are you ready for this?
I don't care.
Yeah.
It is. I hope everybody in this room gets a rash, except for Christmas. I hope you both get a macaroni rash, and I hope you have nothing but olive juice.
Here we go. It has been a great episode of the Magic Through Wrestling podcast. Tune in next week where we're going to have episode 17 for you coming up, or what would 2.7,
17, I don't know.
Whatever the case may be. And as always, if you're not down with that, I got 4 words for you. Suck on an olive.
Suck on an olive.